to join, all the students to join as quickly as they can. All right, guys. We are just waiting for people to join the meet. So we'll just wait for another 5 minutes and then we'll get the workshop started. Meanwhile, the organizing team, you can just tell that the workshop has been started and they need to join this. Is there anyone here from the organizing team?
Yes, yes, I have told.
Is this Aditya?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right, 1 more minute and then we can get started. Uh, it's okay. I see 26 people have joined. Guys, can you also tell your friends to join, like who don't know about the workshop? Like you can just spread the message real quickly because we are going to get started with the workshop. And yeah, it's already 7:04. We'll just wait for 1 or 2 more minutes and then we can just start with the introduction at least. Alrighty, we can get started. Let me know, guys, if you can see me. Am I visible? Uh, nice. Cool. Awesome, guys. Good evening, everyone here. I know it's already chilly cold here, but uh, today we are going to start off with a workshop around AI and Mira flows. We're going to have a long discussion on it, right? We are going to learn many new things today. So I hope you all are ready for this. I hope you all have gone through the prerequisites for the workshop. And let me know if you are ready with the prerequisites. You can just send a thumbs up emoji down below in the meet so that I can just be a little more happy, right? Okay, awesome. Cool. So we'll just get started with a presentation. I know I don't like presentations a lot. We just like to do the activity as quick as we can, but it's my mere duty to do that. So I'll just share my screen. Oh, done. Uh, okay. Can you hear me now? Right. Wait. Think lagging a little. Okay. Can you hear me now? I hope you all can see my screen. Right? Okay. Awesome. Cool. So I'll just start off with the presentation, guys. Introduction to building in AI. Okay. Uh, no, sorry. Cool. So today we are going to learn about what AI is. Basically, you already know, you all know what AI is, what cool things you can do with AI, right? There are a lot many cool things that you can do with AI. We are going to talk about today how Mira is contributing to AI and how you personally can use Mira flows to your extent and how you can build things out of it. This is how this is exactly what we are going to learn in this particular workshop. And I'll just move on to the next slide and we'll give an introduction to AI. Basically, AI is nothing but artificial intelligence, which is basically trained on a lot of amount of data, whether it is in text data or any kind of format. It has been provided with a huge amount of data, and it has been trained on that. Basically, it will react like a human to you. You give it a prompt and it will respond like a human, right? That is the main agenda behind AI. And it has been provided with data sets. It has been trained so that it almost answers every query of yours, right? But it cannot answer queries like what are you going to do today, or what does your calendar look like, because until and unless it has the information of your calendar, right? So the basic thing is artificial intelligence depends on the LLM models, depends on the data set that you have provided. So now if I provide the LLM model with my data set as if what is my calendar looking like for today, all kind of meets that I have today, so it will tell me accordingly how I'm going to organize my time that particular day. I think somebody has a question. Is it? Uh, Guys, you are raising hands. Is there an issue? Yogita and Varun. I see your hands being raised. I hope that was an accident. Okay. Never mind. Cool. So yeah. So this is what basically LLM models and AI work like, right? So data sets is the primary, uh, you know, a component on which the LLM models depend on, right? So if we go further, we'll see the basic components around how an LLM model uh, works, right? So the components are basically an LLM, which is a large language model, uh, basically trained on data, and it has a lot of text data. And when you give it a prompt, it responds as a human, right? And it gives you more than information as you need. Then we have prompt, as in we have, like, you can let the LLM model do any kind of task, any kind of thing that you want it to, right? You can write codes, आप अपने college के assignments करवा सकते हो. You can do multiple things, right? Also, I have seen students cheating in the examinations using LLM model. Well, that's a prime example, right? So Of course. So people have been using LLM and AI on a lot of, like, the contrast is very, very, very wide range, right? So this is the thing. Prompt can be any kind of task, any kind of query that you want to give to the LLM model. And then we have RAG, and RAG is nothing but retrieval augmented generation, which is basically me providing the LLM model with a particular data set so that it provides me a more accurate and precise answer while going through that particular data set. Now, for example, अभी जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि you provided with a calendar data set, which is basically a data set about your calendar, how it's going to look like for the coming months or days, और वो जो data set है you provided to the LLM model. Now, when the model is being asked about how you're going to plan, organize events, anything like that, so it will just go through, run through that data set, understand that data set, and then train it, train itself with that particular data set, and then provide you with a output or a response, right? So that is nothing but RAG, which is basically training the LLM model according to a particular data set, right? So these are the, like, basic components on which LLM and AI work. But we'll just move forward and we'll try to understand what where Mira comes into play. So, introduction to Mira. Basically, Mira is on a bigger picture. If you understand, Mira is like a network of LLM models. Okay, to understand this, basically, Mira can be considered as a distributed network which has multiple LLM models. Okay, and these LLM models are co-working together, and you can interact with any of the model that you want to on one stop, right? So for example, if you have to use, chat gpt, what you do is basically you go for chatgpt.com and search your query, right? Then you, if you have to go for Claude, you go for Claude. If you have to go for open router, any kind of thing, any kind of LLM, you just go and use the model directly from the website. But what Mira network does is, I'm giving you a very brief overview about this, but we are planning very, very big things. I will not get into those details because this workshop is primarily for Mira flows. Okay, so Mira is, like, you can understand this as a distributed network with multiple nodes running multiple LLM models at once, and you can interact with any one of the LLM model and verify your input output responses and anything. Like, there are a lot of things coming up. So that's why I want you to guys tune in into us and just check out what Mira is doing on a daily basis. But this particular workshop, sorry, we are going to learn about Mira Flows. And Mira Flows is nothing but Mira Flows is a platform, or you can understand it as a way you can just create a mini elemental flow for your particular purpose, for your particular use case. Now, for example, now to understand this, if you have to create a, let's say, a LinkedIn post generator. Okay, now you are on LinkedIn, you want to create a LinkedIn post generator, you want to write LinkedIn post, but you don't want to like it, you want ChatGPT to do it. What you do is go into chatgpt.com, you say, hello, blah blah blah, I'm this and that, and I'm trying to write a LinkedIn post on this particular topic for this particular target audience. You write a whole prompt, this goes, give you a response, you copy it, you paste it, right? But what if I tell you, using Mira flows, this all can be done with just one click, which is nothing but running your script. So the script you have already written, your LinkedIn post is generated, and it is also posted via your LinkedIn profile, right? Very big thing. This is all resolved via Mira flows. Okay. So we are going to learn what are elemental flows, what are compound flows, what are complex flows. Basically, compound and complex flows are the same thing. What is composio? How you can use a flow from the marketplace to understand flow is nothing but an elemental flow. Like I said, LinkedIn post generator, it's an elemental flow. Basically what it does is it generates a LinkedIn post for you. That's its sole work. Okay, then we have any other flow like an AI astrology, or maybe a diet plan generator, right? These are like generators. These are like agents which basically create an output and a response for you on a particular task. Okay, that's an elemental flow. What complex flows is basically you using multiple flows together and generate a cumulative answer. Basically, if you want, you can use diet plan generator, fitness exercise generator, and maybe Twitter post generator. So what you're doing is you want a diet plan for your body. you need a उस डाइट प्लान के हिसाब से you need exercises to do and you can generate the exercises. ये डाइट प्लान एंड एक्सरसाइज का cumulative output को लेके you can generate a Twitter post, and using that Twitter post you can just post it on your Twitter. So this is like a whole complex flow. With one click you are posting something on your Twitter profile, which is basically nothing but uh, you explaining people how you can plan your diet, plan your exercises, how you can maintain timeline, and how you can be fit on Twitter with one click, right? So this is the whole problem being solved by Mira Flows. So this is what Mira Flows does, and this is what we are going to learn today. So we'll just skip this part. I think this is self-explanatory, and then we can just get started. And I think that is all you guys are waiting for. So we can get started with console.mira.network. So let's just come to this website, all of you. Now we are going to do some coding stuff, maybe, and we primarily make this workshop as less code as possible, so that you guys, even though if you're not developers, if you even though if you don't have any coding skills, you can just play around with Mira very easily, which is nothing but interacting with the platform. That's it. Okay, that's all you need to do. No code and stuff, right? And that's what I'm going to prove you. Okay, so we'll just going to uh, we'll come onto this particular website, which is console.mira.network. I hope you are, some of you guys have already signed up. Okay, so the console.mira.network, just assume that I am logged out. You'll see a sign up button. Click on sign up, enter the invite code, which is nothing but IIITS, IIIT Surat. Okay, that's your invite code. Just enter the invite code, and as soon as you enter the invite code, you'll be asked to continue with Google, and just continue with Google, and your Google account will be set up, right? So I think that's how you can just log in into the console.mira.network. I'll just simply log in with my continue like Google account for now. But you guys, if you are fresh users, you have to go on and sign up for this. Okay. Let me just log in. Cool. So I'm logged in. This is my account. And if you see, you'll be asked for a username. I hope you guys have your username here. So I want you guys to type down your usernames as well in this particular chat box. Okay, come on. I want to see your usernames. Just type down your username in this chat box. I want to see how many of you have already registered and have got yourselves a username. So username is something which you can get from here. Basically, all you have to do is go on to profile and you'll see your username. My particular username is Venkatesh-Mira into a system. So I want you guys, I'm sorry. I want you guys to come to factory, right? You can just click on factory and you'll see here is a new flow plus new flow button, right? I hope everybody can see that. And just click on new flow. Okay, then you'll see a basic info thing. So we'll go step by step. Okay, I don't want you guys to get confused, so we'll just go step by step. And this is the basic info. Okay, so the basic info will kind of look like this. And the basic info will be asking you for a name at first. Okay, the name is nothing but you can give the name of the elemental flow that you want to make. Okay, so to understand this better, now let's just assume that I personally need a LinkedIn post generator. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just go on and click like LinkedIn dash post dash generator. Okay, you guys can create any of the elemental flow that you personally need for yourself. Okay, then a short description. This is nothing but this is a LinkedIn post generator, and this is a LinkedIn post generator according to the topic and target audience given. Cool. That will be a simple description to it. README is something, if you want to generate a README, right, you can also use, there are flows on Marketplace. So basically, if I go on to console.mira.network, you'll see basically you can just write, you just search here README generator. So we basically have created a read me generator. I can't see it. I don't know why. Yes, read me generator. Okay. So this is a readme generator flow. This does nothing. Basically creates a readme for you. An elemental flow to create a readme. You see how lazy people have become. Take care. So this has been built, and what you can do is basically go here and generate a readme from here and just paste it here. But for me, I'm not that lazy. I'll just type it down. Simple. Okay, this is a LinkedIn post generator. I'll just copy this. Take care. Readme, and I'll say enter the topic and target audience. Cool. Simple as that. Right. So this will be a very small README. Okay. And this is the basic info that I have provided for it. A very easy part. Let's go dive deeper. We'll just hit next. Okay. Now we see search for a model. Basically, we have limited models right now. We're going to add a lot of models here, but I can just choose Claude for this particular one. Okay. Then we have a prompt. Now, to understand this, you'll see use variable syntax to define input parameters. Basically, आप चैट जीपीटी को एक prompt दे रहे हो या तो आप जो LLM model use कर रहे हो. I'm using Claude, so I'm just providing it a prompt. So the prompt will look like, please generate a LinkedIn post for LinkedIn people on the topic which is nothing but my topic. So see, मेरा एक parameter का नाम है topic. My one input parameter name is topic. So I'll just enter topic here. Cool. And then what I'll write is for audience, for the audience, which is my target audience. Okay. So I'll just write audience. ये मेरे parameters के नाम है. Like these are my input names, topic and audience, and I think that's all I need. Okay. So what I'll do is now you see my inputs are basically topic and audience. All right, that's visible. Now, to understand this, to make the people understand, the one who are going to use your elemental flow as well. Okay, yeah, this elemental flow can also be used by other users, right? If you publish this on console.mira.network. So basically, you're giving a description for this particular topic so that they understand what topic is exactly. So the topic of the LinkedIn post. Okay. Simple. It should be string, and the example value is something like maybe AI or maybe blockchain, something like that. Okay. Now this is the required parameter. That means it is required. Okay. Now we'll go for the audience, the target audience, right? And then we have the string example value will be simple, like developers or maybe students, or we can just write LinkedIn people, right? So this will be like this. Cool. And it will be another required parameter. So we have two required parameters. One is topic and one is audience. We have given the example for the people to understand who are going to use our elemental flow. Now this is linked data set. Now, for example, I told you, right? Calendar data set wala example. Simply, you can also provide it with a lot of data set on how LinkedIn posts are basically generated. I mean, not generated, but how do they look like? Okay. So you can just provide the data set of all the LinkedIn posts, maybe key how do they look, so that it gets a better idea key how a LinkedIn post should be looking like, right? With more likes and more followers and all, right? So provided with the data set, I'll just leave it now because that's not necessary. And we can just we can just move forward. So let me know again. I need thumbs up from you guys if you understood this part. If you have any questions, please ping me. Okay. Awesome. I can see a lot of thumbs up. That's good, right? So we'll just go again back to this and move forward. Okay, that's being done. We'll move forward. We'll see our elemental flow has been created. Now you can test it. To test this, all you have to do is enter a topic. So basically the topic will look like, I want to create on maybe say uh, maybe artificial intelligence and its boom in the coming years. ठीक है, this is a simple topic, by the way, so I'll just keep it simple. And the audience will be AI developers, of course, data scientists, and students, of course, right? College students will be more specific, right? So target audience has also been mentioned here. Ab dekh rahe ho, like you can see the body is topic and audience, and we can just send this API call. This is an API call. We'll make this API call to see the response. Okay. Now, if we see the response, it will generate a response for us. It will generate a response for us. So if you wait for a while, you should be seeing a response. Now, there's simple response. Here's a LinkedIn post on AI and its future, right? The AI revolution, buckle up for an extraordinary ride as we stand on the cusp of new era. Blah, 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 blah. ठीक है, बहुत बड़ा post लिख दिया. It's really looking cool. If you copy and paste this, definitely you're going to get a lot of likes on LinkedIn, right? So that being said, we can move forward. Now, this is the most important thing. The author is you, which is Venkatesh dash Mira. Dash Mira is me. That's the author of this particular flow, and you are the author of your particular flow. So LinkedIn post generator, I don't want you guys to publish this. Okay, don't publish this because we'll be having a lot of LinkedIn post generator. अब मेरे को सारे नाम के दिखते रहेंगे ना हमारे console.mira.network पे. I just don't really want that, but I'll tell you what you can do. Basically, I just want you to understand this. Maybe just run through it, but don't publish it for now. Or you can maybe keep the flow public or keep the flow private. So I'll make you understand what everything is here, every parameter. So name is the LinkedIn post generator. Version is 1.0.0. Short description given. Readme is given. Tags you can just write AI. No, tag should be like LinkedIn post generator, right? That can be one, or what you can say, content writing. Okay. So these are the tags. Now tags are nothing, but when you go onto the console, you'll see that if you go here, you have tags, right? So this actually helps you find your flow. Cool. Now, if we go further, we'll see keep the flow public. Now, this is important. If you want the flow to be public, that means I'll be able to see your flow right particular here. Okay, cool. But if you don't want it to be public, you just want it for you to be available on the console, then just keep the flow private. Okay, and by unticking it, that's it. Now we'll just go and hit publish. Okay, so I will not publish this basically, but if you publish this will be available. Okay, so that being said, we can just hit publish because this is not public. So wait, unable to publish flow. Please check your inputs and try again. Okay, I think there is some error. Let me check. hmm Topic, audience, a string. Try publishing. Okay, yeah. So this got published. Okay, so if I see now view the flow, I'll see my LinkedIn post generator basically. Here it is. Okay, and this is like the Python code for you to test out the flow. Okay, now I'll show you how you can basically use this on on your platform, on your AI application, right? So this is the basically example that I already wrote, right? And this will be the playground, which is nothing but you trying out the application, not the application, but the flow. Okay, so now give me a thumbs up, guys, if you understood like how you can build a flow. So I think this was pretty much very easy. I think मैं तो खुश हो जाता कि this has been very easy for people, right? So now this is how you can basically build an elemental flow, okay, using the flow builder. And now the most important thing is how you can use this flow onto your platform. So suppose if you want to make an AI application, now you want to have a domain called www. Let's say कोई student है, उसका नाम है राज, LinkedIn, something like he wants to have a website for generating LinkedIn posts, okay, .com. right? Something like this, okay? And he wants to make a whole AI application. What he wants is people come here, give the topic, give the target audience, and they can just get a LinkedIn post and copy it and paste it onto their LinkedIn. If you want to do something like that, you need to use Python code and get the response, okay? Because this will be done via code, okay? So all you need to do is you'll have to call the API. You can just call it like this. If you're using Python, then you can just copy this, okay? So what we can do is I'll just copy this code, right? Like this, okay? And if I go here, we'll just create a new file. And the file name should be LinkedIn. I think someone's mic is on. Can you guys unmute, like mute your mic if your mic is on, guys? Cool. So this is basically LinkedIn post.py. Okay, this is the Python script. Now for the prerequisites, I already told you you can use any version between 3.9 to 3.13, right? And I'm currently using 3.10. You can use any version between these particular versions. And the other thing is that you need two basic libraries to be already installed. To see that, all you have to do is basically go here onto the flow docs. Okay. Oh, damn! I didn't tell you about this. This is like a gold mine for you. Flowdocs.mira.network is nothing but a whole documentation on flows, right? So you better go and read it. Okay. I'll share the link to you guys. Okay. So this is the link to the docs, and if you go into the docs, you'll see that it's a whole documentation on how you can use flows. And अब यहाँ पे हम देखते हैं like how you can use marketplace flows, how you can build elemental flows. It has multiple tutorials already, video tutorials. You can check them out, right? But to use a marketplace flows, it's simple. You can just go here and check what you need and just run through the code. Okay. So basically, what I was saying was I just copied my code, and the libraries that you need is you have to install can I see the installation? So you have to install, first is your Python version should be installed, and then pip install Mira SDK. Okay, this will install the latest Mira SDK for you. And also you'll be needing python.env just to store your env variable on in your env file. Okay, so where do you get this env variable? That's we are going to learn. But before that, we'll just copy the code that we uh, copied from the console. Like this is the LinkedIn post generator. Copied it, pasted it right here. Now you see I'm integrating Mira SDK with Mira client. I'm integrating like I'm importing Mira client and flow from Mira SDK. That being said, I'm creating a client object which is nothing but Mira client with a config and API key which is nothing but my API key. Okay, where do I get this API key from? So you can get this API key from here. So if you go here, you'll see API keys. Now, no API keys found. You can generate a new secret key. I'll be writing it as testing. Testing, I'll just create a key. Okay, close your eyes. No, you should not be seeing this. I'm just kidding. Okay, that's fine. If you can see my secret key, but I would recommend you guys to please hide your secret key, because if you are publishing any very important flow, someone can alter those flows. Okay, and if you have the API key, then that can be very easily done. So you should be protecting your API keys. I just copied my API key and I'll just paste it here because I have no fear of losing my API key. Okay, but the thing is, now I see that my API key is right here, and python.env, you can use python.env to just access your API key from the env variable. And for that, all you have to do is something like this: importing load.env from .env, and then just calling that function, and then getting your API key from the env variable in env file, and then sending your API key like this. This is something that you can do as well. And this is the recommended way of doing it, right? So please don't get your API key like this and paste it right here and then upload it on GitHub and upload your repo. Don't do that. Your API key once leaked, and then you have like a lot of chances of you losing basically your flows access, right? So you don't need that. But we can see in the input data we have topic now. Again, we'll write a different topic. This time we'll write blockchain, and why is it uh why is it, let's say, why is it trending? Okay, something like that. Cool, that will be my topic. And the audience for this is blockchain developers. Basically, I'll need blockchain enthusiast, then I'll need blockchain developers and blockchain investors. See, so this will be the audience and this will be the topic. Simple as that. This is my input data. Now, if I go here, you see, if version is specified, then you will have to provide it with a version. You don't have to worry about this, because if you see here, this is my first flow, right? So if I go back, I see this my version is, I haven't bumped it with any other version. So this is 1.0.0. So you don't have to worry about it. It'll take it as a default version. Now we'll just go and client.flow.execute will just basically take my flow name and input data. It will create a result and print the result, right? Simple as that, simple thing. We'll just run this file, and we'll see whether if we are getting a response, right? So we just have to wait for a while, and we should be seeing a response, hopefully. Awesome. So this is a whole. Here's a LinkedIn post on blockchain. This is an MD file, basically. MD response, you can just copy it with an MD editor. You can edit however you want to, right? So this is how you can basically get the result out, guys. Simple as that. Now, this is for developers. This is for developers who want to integrate their flow into their AI application. Simple as that, right? This is how you can do. Now, the next thing that we are going to learn is elemental flows are basic. Okay, but what if you're smart? If you're smart, you'll be doing complex flows things, right? So what are complex flows? This is what we are going to learn. But before that, give me thumbs up if you really understood how you can use a flow from the marketplace. Quickly. Awesome. I hope this is all going well, guys. If you are finding any kind of issue, don't worry. Okay, just let me know in the chat. I would love to resolve your issue right away, right? But if you are facing any issue, don't shy away. Okay, just let me know. Cool. But moving forward, because I'm not seeing any message, so we'll just learn how we can build a complex flow. So what is a complex flow? To understand a complex flow, it's nothing, as I already told you, right? Taking a diet plan, taking like a fitness exercise generator. This is the second elemental flow, and then a third elemental flow, which is Twitter tweet generator. Okay, we'll use the outputs of these two flows, and then we'll give the outputs of these to this tweet generator, and as input, this will take as input. Input लेने के बाद it will generate a tweet, and with that tweet generation you can just tweet it on your Twitter profile using Compose here. Big deal. That's how complex flows looks like, and that's what we are going to learn, how we can build our own complex flow. Okay, so this is more of a coding stuff. I want you guys to just go on to this particular flow docs. You'll see build compound flows, right? Read through it. Very simple to do. It's not that hard, right, as you think. But there's a YAML configuration. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it. But uh, uh, I have made things simple for you. Basically, I've already have a complex flow, and this time I'm going to explain what my complex flow is, what it basically does. Okay, so now let's first visualize what I'm trying to do. Okay, so to visualize this, we'll just go on Miro, which is okay. By the way, how many of you have joined the Telegram? Be honest with me, guys. Give the thumbs up if you have already joined the Telegram. We are we are very focused on creating a cult community. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I want you guys to join the Telegram community because it will be helpful for you to understand what Mira updates are we coming up with. Okay, these are like we are planning a lot of hackathons, a lot of workshops. I want you guys to don't miss them, because we are also providing with prizes, uh, t-shirts and all, right? There is a waiting list to get access of Mira. Okay, so you can just Mira have a Discord community, of course. I'll also share you the Discord link later, right? Just join the meet, Vikram. Okay, Vikram, we have Actually, okay, you are late for the workshop, but is this getting recorded, Aditya? Are we recording this meet? Telegram link.
Yes, yes, I'm recording.
Okay. So Vikram, don't
Sure.
worry. Aditya will provide you with the recording, and you can just look at the recording, right? This is the Telegram link, guys. Just join this, or you can also scan this. Okay. We'll be we'll be quick with this. Take out your phones out, right? And the ones who are watching this workshop in a phone, why are you doing that? I don't expect things like this from a developer or student, right? I want you guys to use your laptops. Come on, we are going to do some coding stuff now. Cool. So this is the Telegram link. Join it as quickly as you can. I want you guys to join the Telegram group and be updated with all the features that we are coming up with. Okay, that's more important. Okay, cool. That being said, now let's learn how we can. We are going to visualize first of all what a compound flow looks like. So basically, we have a compound flow. Now, this is my flow. Okay. We'll start off with some inputs that I'm going to give. So, content is the first input that I'm giving. Okay. The first input is content and it is required, right? So, this is my input. Content is nothing but you take a Medium blog, that is your content. You take any other content from any other article, magazine, anything like that, you just copy it, that's your content. Okay. Then we have the content type. Now what is the content type? Okay, is it professional, is it not professional, is the content type a Medium blog, is it from an article, is it from a magazine, is it from a Twitter, wherever you found it, like what is the content type? The tone. Now the result. आपको आपका रिजल्ट कैसा चाहिए, like do you want it professional, do you want it informal, do you want it in a tweet way, in a LinkedIn way, do you want it just to post it on Medium, how you want to do it, right? That's your tone basically. Now these are the inputs that I'm providing to this compound flow. Now this is my elemental flow. Now let's just assume that moderation check is an elemental flow that is already existing in console.mira.network, right? So where are we? Okay. So moderation check is one of the elemental flow that already exists on the console.mira.network, and it accepts one input which is content. Okay? That's one elemental flow. And there is another elemental flow, content enhancement, which takes all the parameters, right? And it generates an output. It generates an output. इसका output and इसका output goes as an input to this one final elemental flow, which is taking moderation result and enhanced content result as input, and then it generates the output and it gives the outputs as the compound flow output. This is the visualization. To understand even more better, you don't have to make elemental flows already deployed and published on console.mira.network. It's not required. You can make your own elemental flow right there in your YAML file. Okay, so you don't have to publish a elemental flow, right? You can just give a description about your elemental flow. This is a visualization. अब code में जाते हैं ताकि you get a better understanding. Okay, so we'll just go here. So this is my flow.yaml. The version is 0.1.0. Metadata is flow type, and the flow type is compound flow. Okay, the name is content moderation enhancer. Description is a comprehensive content processing pipeline that moderates, finalizes user submitted content. Author is Venmus. Okay, Venmus is another author. That is me. Okay, my alias. Tags is content moderation, content enhancement, AI writing. ठीक है, ये सब मेरे tags. Now the private is false. Basically, I don't want this flow to be private. I want this to be public, so false. Then we have the inputs. Now यहाँ पे जैसे कि you saw that here, the inputs are content, content type, and tone. So I just mentioned content, which should be type string. The description should be like this. The required is true. Example is this is a sample article about technology trends, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we have the content type, the type, string, description, type of content, whether it is an article, social post, product description, anything like that, required true. Example is article. Okay. Then we have the tone, type, string, description, desired tone. Well, the required is false. Okay, and example is professional. Simple. Now we are going to look at the workflow. So the workflow, that is what we are going to define. This is my first flow, which is moderation check. So first stage is basically content moderation. I'll just write moderation check as the flow name. This is my flow name. Okay, its a type is custom flow because we are not taking from the uh, console.mira.network. We are not taking a elemental flow from the marketplace, so we'll just write the type as custom. Okay, or else either elemental flow aa jata. I think elemental flow hi hota hai. Let's just check whether it is elemental flow in the compound flows. When you go down into the YAML file, you should be seeing something called as, okay, so elemental is the name. So if your elemental flow already exists on the console, so you can just write elemental as a type. But now मेरा exist नहीं करता है. I just want to create a new one. Custom is the name. Inputs, it takes inputs at inputs.content. So from the inputs it takes content. Okay, just like this, right? Then we have the model, which is provided OpenAI named GPT-4. Then we have the prompt, a whole prompt to the particular model. Okay, and this will give a text. Then we have the content enhancement. This the type is custom. Inputs is this. And then we have the model. And for the model, guys, if you are looking forward to what all models are available, you can just go on to flowdocs.mira.network. In models, you'll see available models, right? These are the models that you can just type down. Okay, cool. So now if you see the prompt is clear, you can just do this. And then we have the final review. This is the last final elemental flow. It's a custom flow. It depends on now. Depends on is something that you want to tell that this flow will only take place only after this particular flow being done and this particular flow being done. These two flows are these two flows are running parallel. Okay, but this flow awaits for these flows to complete. Okay, so moderation check, content enhancement is, it depends on. And then we have the inputs, moderation result, enhanced content result, and we'll just pass it as an input. Then we have the model, which is provider, and the name that we are using, and the prompt, which is review the moderation result, and according to that give me a response which says approved, final content look like this, moderation summary look like this, and enhancement summary looks like this. Okay, so the output is final review dot output. Now I can also get output of moderation check. इसका भी output और इसका भी output मैं चाह सकता हूँ final output में. For that I just have to type down something like this, right? With the dollar sign, we'll have moderation check output. ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं, and then we can also type it down like content enhancement output. ये भी कर सकते हैं, but that's not what I want according to my use case. So I'll just write final review dot output, and then we have a readme file. This readme file is simple. You can just get it done, right? So this is basically it. This is your flow. Now we are going to test it locally. To test it locally, what I did was API key. I just got it from the env variable, right? And the sample. Sorry. The sample content is basically, this is something I got from a Medium blog, which is nothing but it talks about meme coins and its hot space. Okay, then we have the client object being created. Then we have the flow, compound flow. The source is, this is nothing but the path to this, right? And then we are going below. Test input is nothing. Content, I am sample content era. Content type is Medium blog. Tone is professional and authentic. Okay, and then I'll get the response. So basically when I play this, okay, when I run this, I should be getting a response. Okay, let's just see if I'm getting a response like the one it said, right? It said something like approved final content, something like that, right? There is an internal server error. Okay, so if you face any kind of this error, you can just rerun the code. Sometimes it shows whenever the model breaks or the API call breaks, so you can run it again, right? We'll just wait for a while. Mm, since this is a complex flow, I think this will take time. We should be getting a result. Right. So this is a whole output which says final review, and it says approved is true, and the final content is basically this, the whole thing, right? So this is like the whole output of this particular complex flow, right? And now I have made you understand what complex flows is. Now what you want to understand is how I'm going to deploy this flow. Simple, very simple to do. All you have to do is create a client object flow, your test flow.yaml, and then all you have to do is client flow dot deploy this particular flow. Okay, and your compound flow will be deployed, right? So you can just run this and your complex flow will be deployed, right? So that is actually what a complex flow looks like. Okay, so now please give me thumbs up if you really understood what compound flows is, right? I hope you had an understanding around it. I know it was a little complicated, but it doesn't look like that. Okay, it is very easy to use. If you go onto the flow docs, you'll be able to understand what all you can build through compound flows. But the last thing that we are going to learn is Composio. Okay, so where Composio comes into play. So what you can do is you can make actionable agents using Composio. So basically what it means is if you want to tweet, your Twitter post will be generated using a tweet, and that will be tweeted, okay, using your own profile, and you don't need to go and tweet. That's something like an actionable agent that can be done using Composio. So all you have to do is you just go here and just go on to this uh, documentation where you will see that I'll just I'll just show you how you can do this. So we'll just go on and visit composio.dev and then sign in. Okay. As you go and sign in, let me do one thing. I'll just log out and come again for you to understand better. So I'll just continue with Google. I'll hit this, just easily sign in, and then I can see my account already created. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll go on to all apps. Okay, and if I see my connected accounts, yeah, I have some connected accounts. Okay, I'll just delete these. Cool. So we'll just start from the beginning. We'll go into all apps now. What we want is maybe LinkedIn generator. Okay, we'll just click on LinkedIn. Sorry, LinkedIn. Whoa, LinkedIn. I'm saying LinkedIn. You समझ नहीं रहा है. Okay, got it. So this is like connect to LinkedIn to send and manage emails. Okay. Connect to LinkedIn to search for people. Okay, now we want something to generate post, create post. Twitter, microblog, use business to share updates and engage audience. Okay, so I think this is a post generation. So I'll just go here and we'll just set up a Twitter integration. So now, basically, this is what I'm telling you is basically how you can use Composio to make an actionable agent. So just go on and click setup Twitter integration. You'll see try connecting your defaults Twitter. You click on it and then just give the authorization to the app. When the authentication is successful, you should be seeing something like this. So you can like these are all optional things. You don't need to change all of this. It depends on your use case. And then if you go on to your connected accounts, you'll see your connected account. So the first thing is that if you go on to the flow docs, you'll see that we need some things like an API key, an enum, and an entity ID. Now, this is a code example. Okay, so if I copy this, okay, if I copy this and if I create, let's say, a test file, test composio.py, and just paste it here, right? Okay, wait, right? So this is basically nothing. It takes your Mira API key. The version is here. Input data is key value. Now, version and input data is of the elemental flow that you want to use. Okay, so your flow and your username, basically the Twitter and maybe a Twitter generator. Let's say, okay. So you have the flow और उसका input में क्या जाता है. So let's say it had an input like called as topic, and the value is nothing, but you are sending the topic as let's say artificial AI in general. Okay, so like simple as that. And the author name is, let's say, Raj, and he has a flow called as, basically this is an elemental flow. Okay, just don't get confused. This is just an elemental flow. Like, I'm just assuming that this is an elemental flow which says tweet generator. Okay, so and this is the version that I'm going to send. And so basically this is nothing but I'm assuming that there is already a elemental flow called tweet generator exists, and this is how it looks like. It takes the input data, which is a simple topic, and it takes, I'm giving it as AI. Okay. Now, this will be the input dict. Okay, set up your flows, input parameters. I mean, I think this is the same thing. You're passing input dict. That means you don't need this. So I'll just copy this. Okay, and I'll just paste it here. Cool. I'll just comment this one out. So input data is not required. So input dict, and I'll just pass it right here. So for this, you need as first the flow, which is nothing but your flow, which you get from the console.mira.network. Then we have the input dictionary, which is this, the input that the flow needs. And then we have the compose your config. So compose your API key. Where do you get this from? So compose your API key, you'll get this from here. This is your API key. Copy it, paste it right here. Then we have the action. What do you want to do with this? So what I want to do is I'll just go on to all apps, right? My Twitter integrations, and I'll just click on it. So, mhm, Twitter, right? So this is the creation of post, and this is the enum. So this is the enum. And what you want to do, I want to create a post. So basically, I'll just paste the enum here like this. Okay. So this should be it. And then we have the task, which is describe your task in natural language, and the content. So content is nothing but your elemental flow output. Okay, it will automatically come. You don't have to worry about that. And this will just tell the LLM to basically post it. Okay, and then the entity ID, you can get your entity ID from here. This is your entity ID. Okay, and you can just copy it and paste it here. You'll just get it in integrations, or maybe in so sorry, in your connected accounts you'll see your entity ID right here. Okay, so this is your entity ID, just paste it here. So basically you're providing the access to this composer to post a Twitter post on behalf of you, right? So this is how you can do. And if you run this, while this right now will not work because nothing like this exists, so it will break. I am not going to play this right now, but if you play this well, doing an elemental flow, there's nothing. But यहाँ पे आप diet plan generator भी use कर सकते हो. You can just tweet about a diet plan using your profile, right? So you can just run this. All right, so this is it, and this will post Twitter, like tweet via using your Twitter profile, and Composio as simple as that. This is how you can make an actionable agent. And this is like a super base explanation. You can just go around and understand how you can do pretty much easy stuff, guys. Okay, so I hope this was good. So just give me a thumbs up sign if you really understood what Composio is.